Today, I want to talk about using a container. I did this once a while ago already, but it was in the midst of talking about a ton of other stuff. So, my goal for today is to be a lot shorter so that clients and all of you, community members, whoever, can pop in and get the container really fast and practice it with me during this video and then pop out and be done. So, this should be quick. The first thing I want to do, as always, is to go ahead and do some 478 breathing. And I will do a separate video later about how to do that. It'll be short. So today I'm just going to talk you through it. So you're going to breathe in from your belly, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 6, 7, out, really slow, 8. So you guys go ahead and do that a couple times. I'm going to do it a couple times, and that will help settle me and ground me to help me um, be better at giving you information because I'll be thinking a little clearer. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so today I'm going to teach you one of my favorite EMDR exercises, and it's one of the very first things I teach clients when they come into my office. And that's about how to create a container and then use it. So we'll talk about what you use it for first. I'm sure there are more reasons to use it. The two that I suggest the most is one is ruminations. So do you know when like you have those thoughts that just keep running through your head and you just can't shut them down and it just keeps going. I'll think of like a hamster on a wheel, right? And it just runs and runs and runs and it just does not shut up. So those are not useful. So if we think about especially anxiety and thoughts and fears keep running circles and you can't shut them down and they're not helping and they're just making everything worse. We want to take those and we want to contain them. We want to put them away because they're no good. They don't help us at all. So those we just need to stop. And container is a great way to stop those thoughts. The other time that container is useful and the one that I teach clients, like why I teach the reason that I use it the most is because a lot of times in sessions, we work with really difficult memories. Or even if we're not working on them, if I'm doing history taking or something will remind somebody and they'll bring up really difficult memories. And although those memories need to be brought out and worked with eventually, there's a time and a place for it. And a lot of times when we're doing this work, we might bring it up, but I don't want it messing with people in between sessions. They don't need to have the memories and all the ick feelings that go along with it in between sessions. There's a time and a place to take those out, to work with them and put them away. So if you're in therapy, this is useful to use in between sessions with your therapist. I will say this is not something to do. If you have trauma, if you have bad shit that happened in your past, don't try and use a container to just stuff this stuff away and not have to look at it. It will fail and it will stop trying. So, but if you're working with this stuff and it's arising on its own in between sessions, then we get to use the container. If you have thoughts that keep running, running, running that are useless and no good, anxiety and OCD both are the times that I think of it this most. But we all have this, right? If you get really pissed off about something, this happened to me last week. I was so angry, and I can't believe she did. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, that wasn't doing me any good. It wasn't going to change anything. It wasn't going to change her. So I needed to take that and put it away in a container. And then I could look at the situation a little more detached and I could figure out what to do. So let us begin. I will tell you, you can tap or not tap, your choice. You can either tap on your legs, and I'm doing this just so you can see me doing it. That's one way to do it. I surprisingly love the butterfly hug. So with the butterfly hug, both thumbs interlaced here, then hands on your chest, and you're going to go nice and slow. But we're not going to do that yet. Okay. I'll tell you when to start tapping. So, what I want you to do to start with, though, is to go ahead and get your hands however you want them so that when we're ready to tap, you can just do it. And then, sorry, I got distracted by looking on the side. I wrote out a big long thing, and I don't know that it necessarily, like what this is, I don't know that it doesn't matter. Okay. So, I want you to go ahead, close your eyes if you feel comfortable. If you're not comfortable, don't worry about it. And imagine a container. It can be anything you want it to be, but it should not be something you see every day in your house. Because if we're going to put icky stuff in it, I don't want you coming across it and being like, oh, yeah, all my crap is in there. And it can be real, it can be imaginary, it could be something from a book or a movie or just something you make up, or it could be something that you've seen somewhere in real life, whatever works. I want it to be strong and we want it to be solid so that you can't see inside it, so it's not clear. It can be as tiny as you want or as ginormous as like an office building. Somebody's is like the size of my office building and it's 5 stories, so it's pretty big. Whatever works. Now we can start tapping. Just take a couple minutes and imagine your container and keep tapping really nice and slow. Okay, so hopefully you have a container. It could be a lockbox or a safe. I have like ceramic pineapples all over my office and my house. Some people like to use those, but then we're going to pretend that it's stronger than ceramic, right? So we're going to make it super strong. It could be a briefcase that's made of something strong, cookie jar, anything at all. Mine is some rando small, teeny tiny cube, which is fine. Mine fits in the palm of my hand. Yours can be any size at all. And then think about what color is it? How big is it? What kind of material is it made out of? Good, you're doing beautifully. Is it rough? Is it smooth? Is it textured or not? Is it hot, cold, room temperature? Is it heavy or medium or light? Is there writing on it? And of course, because we're going to be putting stuff in your container, how do you open it? How do you close it? And how do you lock it? Take just a couple more seconds and really sink into the imagery of your container. You're doing beautifully. So go ahead and open your container up and look inside. Why not? So let's do this. If there are thoughts that are not useful that are running around in our head, or if they are memories that are painful, they are still in some way a part of us. And even if we don't need that part of us messing with us right here and now, let's honor that part. So let us try and make this as pleasant on the inside as you want. Some people like file cabinets. I suddenly had the image of who remembers I Dream of Jeannie. So let's just ignore the misogynistic part. But think about how pretty it was. It was cozy and it was comfortable, and there were cushions. Could be that. There could be different sections, different rooms. So we could put thoughts in one rooms, in different memories, in other rooms, but we want it to be pleasant because we're not trying to outlaw or banish or shame or hurt any part of us. We are simply letting them know we don't need them right now and we want them to be safe from when we can work with them. So when I was mad at that girl, right? I didn't want the I'm mad running around, but I needed to look at that situation again when I was calmer. So I just needed to put it away for a minute. Or if you're remembering the icky memories from your child, that's still you and that's still a part of you. So let's not punish her. Let's just give her somewhere comfortable to rest and relax so she isn't running the show until you're ready to work with her. So take some time and imagine the inside of your container. What color is it? Are there rooms or is it just an open space? Do you hear anything in there? Is it warm? Hopefully it's not cold. Hot, maybe. What temperature? Is there furniture? What furniture is there? And although there are no windows, because we need to be able to keep this away a little bit and have some distance from it, there could be some soft lighting or what kind of lighting is in there. Are there any pleasant smells? I had the image of like freshly baked bread and freshly baked cookies. It's comforting. So I'm going to put that in my container for the things that need to go in there for a while. Okay. Take just a couple more moments and really think about what the inside of your container is. Mine is the I Dream a Genie bottle for sure. Okay, you're doing beautifully. Now, I want you to go ahead and imagine whatever it is that's bothering you. We don't want to think about it in detail because that will just be upsetting. So we need some kind of a shorthand, some kind of imagery that represents this. Could be post-it notes, could be books, could be envelopes or letters, or I was into action figures for a minute. Could be whatever you want. Some shorthand. Could be like text messages, like text message bubbles. But take each and every one bit of things that need contained, create the imagery for it, and go ahead and put it in your container. Take your time. Beautiful. Now go ahead and close your container however it closes. Lock it up however you want to lock it and put it away. And you know, at my office, I have that big white Buddha. So I invite people to leave it at my Buddha's feet. I don't know if you can see, but I have a Kuan Yin and a pineapple in the background. I think I blocked them both. But you can leave it with my Kuan Yin. She's the Bodhisattva of compassion. I have a Madonna over there also because I find her, where is she? Now you can see her. I find her very comforting. You can leave it with the Mother Mary. You can leave it with the pineapple. Go ahead and put your container away somewhere nice and safe. Okay. Now, there are a lot of different ways to use container. Sometimes people like working with their container every single day. So maybe in the morning, I tend to, if I'll be honest, forget about my container until something, usually for me, it's something that makes me really angry. But until something upsetting happens and it just keeps running in my head, and then I need to put it away. You quite often, I will have clients use their container at the end of the session so that the stuff that we brought out to work with, we can put away. I encourage my clients to use their container in between sessions, although I ask that they journal, whatever, just fast, like a 5-second journal, dot, 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 and then put it in the container. And then our next session, they can say, oh, yeah, this came up, and then we can work on it. So I hope that is useful. I hope you like it. This was a probably my fastest live ever, but that was always the intention. Um, be safe, be healthy, take care of yourself. Have a good one. Peace.